I'm usually the one interested in the pasts of those around me, not the reverse. I come from a night world, Guizorn III. I belong to a branch of one of the noble houses until my exceptional abilities were discovered. After that, I was sent on a black ship to Holy Terra, where I was trained and I began my service for the glory of the Imperium. I do, but I have no ties to my homeworld now. None except my first name. I left Guizorn III when I was still a child. My family disowned me, stripping me of my family name. I was given a new one by those who trained me. Even for a noble, being branded a Psyker is a mark of eternal shame. I experienced that firsthand before I was put on the Black Ship. Like many Psykers unaware of their curse, I found out when a strong emotional reaction triggered an involuntary response. My great-aunt had a pet grink. One day, it bit me, and I boiled it from inside out. And when my great-aunt slapped me for what I'd done, I boiled her too. I don't consider raw emotions to be a necessity in everyday communication. But let me assure you that I am more than capable of anger. Fortunately for others, I learned to focus it. Properly measured rage reveals the full potential of combat Psykana, in much the same way as aged cheese reveals the notes of a mature Amasek. No. First, I was accorded the status of a Psyker, fit for service in the Imperial Guard, where I then spent several years. It was only afterward that I became an agent of the Golden Throne. Picture a vast prison ship, filled with frightened, angry Psykers who can't control their abilities and who have just lost their homes and their families. Some of them were children and adolescents like I was. Some were monstrous creatures who no longer had the right to be called human, or psychopaths who reveled in their impure powers. Once, when one of the miscreants broke free, those in command simply depressurized the bay and got rid of the culprit, along with the prisoners and crew tainted by him. But even after that, I heard the echo of inhuman suffering and terror that filled that part of the ship. It grieves me to recall that episode to this day. Since the day of my initiation as an acolyte. So, decades. How many real years it's been, it's hard to say. When I return from a journey through the warp, I often discover that much more or much less time has passed in real space. The first step for biomancers such as myself is to take control of the processes of their own body, including aging. I've endured innumerable hazards in my work. If I allowed every trace of them to remain, I would look completely different today. Indeed, I have visited many of the places brought to the Emperor's light, and those sullied by the filth of the archenemy. In truth, even after all these years spent visiting the various corners of the Imperium and looking beyond its borders, I still consider the Segmentum Solar to be the greatest of all humanity's bastions. Nothing compares to the majesty of Holy Terra, the might of Mars, the grandeur of the Segment's other worlds. You can't really be expecting me to answer that question, can you? Gladly. Of course not. The Lord Inquisitor's entourage comprises dozens of people. The best of the best. Experts in various fields and disciplines. Some of them I know personally. Others I've never met. To be honest, I'm not even certain that the people I know are still alive. I used to work with other acolytes of the Lord Inquisitor, but in the Coronis Expanse, I've been working alone. I had never even considered such a thing before you asked. Perhaps I do. Sometimes. Perhaps. When we both find a suitable time. We are not a retinue. We are acolytes. As for your question, I am closer than anyone else to the one I call my personal teacher. The Lord Inquisitor deemed me worthy of undertaking the most important and sensitive tasks requiring the attention of agents of the Golden Throne. Such as? The Lord Inquisitor was most insistent that I master the discipline of Santic Demonology. I use my faith and my power to crush the enemies of the Imperium. Servants of Chaos tremble at the sound of the Emperor's name, uttered by my lips. I am also a skilled biomancer. I can manipulate bodily processes. Sometimes I resort to those skills in the course of my work, when it is necessary to make the subject of an interrogation more cooperative.
Words cannot describe how boring the bridge is without our stimulating conversations. I have enjoyed your company.
Greetings. Messiah knows all, comprehends all. The request is approved. I did conceal certain information. I was a student of Archmagus Amanat, but I committed an act of betrayal after he deviated from sacred dogma. The teachings of the blessed Amanat spread, and word of it reached the conclave of the Cognizant fleet. They recognized his teachings as tech heresy. Many tech priests suddenly vanished or were subjected to servo penance for minor transgressions. The students of Amanat, whose number included many enlightened and respected brothers, resisted. My prognosis showed that our most likely future was a schism and a fratricidal war that would destroy the Cognizant fleet. That I confessed and handed the information about my mentor's research over to the Conclave. Brazen, anathematic studies of the Forbidden Law. The Conclave could use that data to summon Archmagus Amanat to stand trial and compel him to repent on pain of excommunicate Traitoris. His subsequent fate is unknown to me. I pray that the Omnissiah grants us wisdom to overcome the dialectic differences that divide us. He fell into schism and challenged the sacred boundaries of knowledge. The blessed Amanat claimed the limits of what is permitted must be expanded, because by refusing to explore certain law, we find ourselves in contempt of the seventh universal law. Comprehension is the key to all things. My mentor put forth a thesis claiming that we have stagnated, that ritual is now nothing but a cage for souls and false worship of the Omnissiah. He sought to break the cycle of mindless repetition, because he saw the inevitable demise of our faith and all humanity at the end of it. Even those who have ascended to the Omnissiah's wisdom still bear the seed of imperfection born of their flesh. But the ambitions of individuals mean little when we discuss ritual and belief. Knowledge is divine, and any argument as to how it must be reached is an argument of ritual and belief. I was summoned there by a message that was encrypted with the blessed Amanat's personal code, and could it be interpreted in several ways. One thing was certain: we were in danger, and I had to go to Rykad Minoris. Assessing his personality is difficult. The spirit of Brother Abel is different from that of most people. Tech comrades of the Cog call such persons quiet ones. He possesses significant intellect, but shuns communication. So far, I have not been able to determine why Abel summoned me to Rykad Minoris. How he is related to the blessed Amanat, or why he bears the same name as me. Perhaps Reverend Abel may not be fully able to actualize and interpret the available data. I was wrong when I assumed it was the blessed Archmagus Amanat who assumed the guise of Abel Haneman. But there is a connection between him and the Reverend Abel, and I intend to uncover the nature of this link. Acknowledged. I will return to ruminating on the search for the blessed Amanat. The request is approved. I have no outright restrictions on disclosing this information. Information about my origins is worthless. I belonged to the priesthood of explorators and came to the Coronis Expanse over 200 years ago. Any events preceding that moment are insignificant. I was honored to become a member of the Explorator Cognizance Fleet. When the Adeptus Mechanicus summoned the faithful for an exploratory venture into the depths of the Coronis Expanse, I joined the fleet in fulfillment of my sacred vows of comprehension. After I betrayed Archmagus Amonat, the fleet conclave directed me to the orbital station, Alter Templum Calixus EXT-17, for penance. This venerable temple station was founded in the early years of our expansion into the Coronis Expanse. It is currently a rear observation post of the Cognizance Fleet in orbit around the star Furibundus. The sacred fraternity of explorers. The Cult Mechanica sends us out to the frontiers of the known sectors as researchers and conquerors. We are the warriors of the Code, who return to the lost worlds and devote themselves to recovering the lost ancient knowledge. Explorators are granted the privilege of being more independent than many of our tech comrades. However, it has earned us a reputation as unstable and poorly controlled troublemakers whose unorthodox views are dangerously close to apostasy. They are my younger brothers and guides on the way to the Omnissiah. Their machine spirits are directly bound to my neocortex and pick up impulses from my subconscious. Sometimes they act ahead of my thoughts. This is how the Omnissiah leads me to comprehension. Acknowledged. I am honored to belong to the priesthood of Mars, guided by its tenets. We safeguard technology against the impure and the unenlightened. That is where the cult of the Omnissiah originated, and where we were granted the first revelations. Many millennia ago, we made an alliance with the Emperor of Terra, and have served the Imperium ever since, paying a tribute of machinery, weapons, and void ships. Everything that bears the blessed seal of machinery comes from our hands, and it is we who make sure the operating rituals are performed as they were meant to. We are everywhere. We are the Mars forged steel bars that give the Imperium strength. It is both a treasure and a secret. Technology is how the divinity of the Omnissiah manifests itself in this world. This is why the uninitiated may only be allowed to touch the most vulgar and mundane of its instances. We, on the other hand, are authorized to use the sacred catechism of maintenance and operation. Although there is another reason to deny lay people the sacrament of knowledge, it can be dangerous. Twisted by renegades, the Omnissiah's wisdom is called heretic, and the exposure to it may corrupt the uninitiated. Another danger is knowledge strangely interpreted and inscrutably twisted by the minds of the Xenos. This bane is called Xenotech. That is a bold hypothesis, and yet the Omnissiah teaches us that a dauntless mind can penetrate any knowledge through analysis. Where the ignorant see heresy, the enlightened might see truth. He is the divine mechanism, the maker of technology. The universe was made to resemble a mechanical marvel because the Omnissiah rules over it. Knowledge is the highest form that he uses to manifest in the world. For now. Someday, he will come to this world in the absolute fullness of his splendor. The Adeptus Mechanicus worshipped the Emperor. He is the earthly manifestation of the Omnissiah, who brought humanity into the light of divine grace. Organic tissue is an imperfect replica of the machine, transient and vulnerable. Metal is more stable, more effective, and more durable. Flesh speak is flawed next to biheric language. Meat begets weakness. It softens the mind and undermines discipline. But you can replace metal when it wears down. In addition, a machine is a supreme form of knowledge, and by assuming mechanical form, we become closer to the Omnissiah. However, like all things sacred, our augmentations must not be defiled by the eyes of the ignorant, which is why we reveal only the crudest of tools, while holier mechanisms remain concealed beneath our crimson robes. The right to witness the miracle of flesh being fused with holy metal is granted only to those who have ascended to the rank of initiate. However, your lofty status of rogue trader allows me to make a partial exception and reveal my sacred stigmata. The Omnissiah has been generous to you too. He has granted you understanding. Partially true. I had a voice modulator implanted alongside the respiratory purification module, but there is an additional reason. Gothic is not my first language. I am used to thinking and making statements in lingua technis. The binaric language is more informative, more ergonomic, and less prone to misinterpretation. This Electu indicates that I am a Magos, who has mastered the sacraments of many spheres of knowledge, and has the right to conduct services in a forged cathedral. Acknowledged. May your labors be effective and fruitful.
Domin. The Vizier taught us that there are many like us throughout the Imperium who spill blood in his name. Death cultists, as they call us. He said that no two death cults are the same, just as there are no two identical stars in the void. I will tell you about the Bloodspun Web, but I cannot speak on behalf of all death cults. The Bloodspun Web holds the base of the flagship together with the threads of its faith. Such is our service to the Domini of the Von Valancius line. The Undying One commanded the Domini to embark on a ship and sail the void's expanse. And thus, it became our duty to protect your dynasty and the Ark that became its home. This great relic of blood and adamantine. Some loathe and fear us. They call us murderers and reapers. Others call us dancers of death, who send the souls of the dead on their way. Both are right. Both are wrong. We are servants of the Undying Emperor. When he whispers that the time has come for a righteous martyr's soul to be laid in his blessed hands, we come to claim it. When he whispers that the wicked must know of his wrath, we come to reap. This is how we maintain order on the ship, unseen and guided by death's will. Death's whisper is unmistakable. It is not like the murmur of stars or the hiss of corruption. It is truthful, pure, unyielding. Only the most eminent of us, the High Spinners, can hear the whisper of the Undying One and give voice to his will. They must hone their senses and temper their body and soul for years before his call can reach them. If it puts you more at ease, you can think of these whispers as his providence. We are carried along by a current of blood in the great river of fate. Life is not given or taken away by chance. If I see an enemy of humanity, my blade will sever the thread of their existence. I will not wait for a sign of his divine bidding. I am his will, and I do what must be done. There is no thirst, only duty. Killing brings us no pleasure. We are instruments of his will, and this is how we serve him. Spinners carved the chronicles of our history on the stones of our temple long ago. But fate and time have erased our past, just as an exploding star erases a part of the galaxy from existence. It is the Visier's duty to watch over the flock, to lead those who want to learn more of the Undying One, but are fearful of death, and guide those who seek answers in death, but do not know how to live. The Visier protects all, those who do not know we exist, those who are grateful for our service, and even those who hate us. The Visier sees what is to come, remembers the past, and accepts the present. They spin a web of faith and blood so strong that no enemy may sunder it. This is the Visier's burden. This is the legacy of the matriarch Spider. It is said that she was one of many, born in the void, the Domin's subject. She honored death instead of life, and for this, she was persecuted. It is said that when the arch-enemy's forces invaded the flagship during a warp jump, she gathered the Undying One's servants around her and saved the ship from ruin. Together, they spun the first threads of the web to ensure that such devastation would never happen again. It is said that she was strong and indomitable, but as the years passed, her heart became as stone, and thus the Undying One whispered her name to the one who would become the first Vizier of the blood-spun web. Through blood, sweat, tears, and the strength of their convictions, the servants of the Undying One spin the souls of your subjects into threads of balance. This is why we refer to ourselves as spinners. Those who are newly committed to the blood-spun web are called lesser spinners. If they are faithful in their service to him, they may eventually become spinners. The most devout of us all are known as the High Spinners, of whom there are 7, each bearing a unique title. The Vizier, the first spinner, leads the cult. I, Kibella, am the second spinner. The third spinner's name is Io, and there are 4 more. The Undying One is death itself. We serve him, and thus we serve death. This is not a comparison, attribution, or preference. It is the truth, and nothing can change it. The tenets are knowledge, an art that is passed down from one generation of the blood-spun web to the next. Even so, there are spinners who will never fully comprehend this knowledge in the time allotted to them by the Undying One. The tenets dictate how one follows the thread of life, but they are also the thread itself, from first breath to last. The tenets cannot be taught, they must be lived. Only then will you understand. I am the second spinner of the blood-spun web, a spear in the hand of the Undying Emperor. I am your shield and shadow, your blade. The tenets compel us to let our deeds speak on our behalf. There is no one in the cult who does not know me, so I have grown accustomed to taciturnity in matters regarding myself. Ask, and I will try to give you an answer that will satisfy your thirst for knowledge. I remember nothing of my childhood. The Vizier says this is because of my training and the injuries I received in battle. He told me it is the fate of all high spinners. The only memories I have are of the blood-spun web and the brothers and sisters who serve the cult alongside me. When we were young, we would sew our eyes shut and wander through the bays for months at a time, starving, surviving, dying. This trial of darkness honed the senses of those who passed it. We were elated, for we knew we were blessed by him. When we grew older, we learned to wield our weapons, and our mentors tested us with pain, poison, and the weight of deceitful words. In time, our bodies no longer felt pain. Our blood became resistant to toxins, and our focus could not be shaken. We were at peace, for we had shed everything that could encumber our faithful service to him. When we came of age, we faced a great trial. A year-long vigil spent in unceasing prayer to the Undying One. When hunger and other base sensations faded away, we attained true comprehension of ourselves and our place in the world, our place between life and death. We were proud, for on that day, he truly accepted us, and we accepted him. It is impossible to understand the value of your body and spirit if you've never experienced physical or emotional pain. Pain is temporary, but experience endures. Experience can be sharpened like a blade and turned into mastery. I have never regretted walking the thread I was destined to follow. You can see for yourself. Tools for tempering the flesh. If a spinner neglects this practice for too long, their body will weaken and their sensitivity to pain might return. If it does, they will feel the overwhelming agony of every wound they have ever endured and go mad with torment before the Undying Emperor whispers their name. Is it possible to experience pleasure if one feels nothing? The flesh remains untorn. Good. You have found an interesting use for this tool, yet it still serves its purpose. The purpose of this practice is to fortify the flesh, not to mutilate it. That is enough. My body may not feel pain, but it still requires rest. Thank you for helping me in my practice, Domin. You have gained a deeper understanding of the tenets today. Do you have other questions? When we join the cult, we relinquish our past. The blood-spun web becomes our new family. I have seen the pain, terror, and doubt in the eyes of those who hear the Undying One whisper the names of their kin. For some, the blessing of oblivion is a gift not unlike death. No. It brings me comfort when my brothers and sisters cross to the other side. The Undying One has called them to his side, so they can serve him in ways we cannot. Attachment makes us weak. The weak meet their demise prematurely. But such death does not please the Undying One. For a soul must not be claimed before their time has come. It is true that spinners occasionally cross paths with those outside the cult, but such paths always diverge in the end. We may walk the same road together, but we are nothing more than temporary traveling companions. It is similar for those of your retinue. Our threads may intertwine for a time, but all will go their separate ways, as is inevitable. But not you and I, Domin. Our threads cannot be unwoven, and only the Undying One will end my service to you. Know your enemy and prevail in battle. Know your ally and prevail in war. Your body will fail you, Domin. Your bones will break. Your tendons will snap. Your heart will stop. Our rituals of self-perfection are unending. They demand absolute dedication and decades of special training. However, if you devote the next 30 years of your life to its study, you might be able to learn the basics. It is not difficult to speak the truth. Torture? I bear the sacred marks of the Undying One's service. Death has bestowed them upon me. Though others may cherish hollow riches or meaningless beauty, it is my duty to cherish his gift of blood. Each wound is a symbol of our service to him. Each drop of blood carries his blessing. To renounce these scars is to renounce the Undying One himself. Death whispers to me, "You are worthy of bearing his marks." Tell me, Domin, do you wish to honor your flesh with his gifts? I have not felt pain in a long time, but yes, your body will certainly suffer. Embrace the pain and make it a part of you. It will be your salvation, even on your darkest days. Let it be so. Treasure his gift, Domin. Inscribe it anew each time you pray. May his blessing find you. Lords and wretches are equal before death. If such is the Undying One's will, I will guide you to him, Domin. The Gothic we use to communicate is different to that spoken on the upper decks. Domin has many meanings. Giver of life, Lord or Lady of the Ark, and Shadowless Sun. The matriarch Spider gave this title to the rogue trader who allowed her to form the blood-spun web. We use other titles as well. For example, Venai means Master of the Immaterium, or Watcher of the Veil. Vil means one who must go to the other side. Amik means one you can trust in battle. I met her once when I was young. The Vizier saw a serpent hiding among those close to Domin Theodora, ready to sink its fangs into her throat. I was ordered to find the serpent and sever the soul from its body. I watched and waited for weeks. I hid among the shadows, the air ducts and the faceless masses. Once I found the serpent, I sliced off its head and returned to the temple. I doubt that Domin Theodora ever saw me, but the 3 ritual cuts I left behind on the body let her know that this death was pleasing to him. They sent us a grand feast from the upper decks before the cycle's end. We gave it to the hungry. I use blood to read his sacred cards and hear the whisper of the Undying One. His tarot is not an answer, but a question I ask of the universe. And the universe answers with questions of its own. In this sacred communion, I perceive hundreds of possible outcomes. They are all true, and yet they are only visions. I know what will come to pass, and yet I do not. 34. There used to be more, but some have perished in the darkness of time. Their loss is a great tragedy for the blood-spun web. It is a holy relic that has been passed down from generation to generation. Only the first and second spinners are allowed to study the sacred cards and interpret their meaning. We use his tarot to guide the cult and discern the tangled threads of fate. I am the spear of his retribution, not a witch or a sorcerer or a soothsayer. I have no strange powers, but I do bear his blessing. I do not command the veil. I am guided by his whisper and led by my faith, by the tenets. Please, do not mistake me for something I am not. Ask the cards, Domin, and I will listen. The first card is the young warrior. It suggests inexperience, a path of becoming. The second card is the shattered world inverted. The path will have twists, turns, and thorns, but you will gather allies along the way and find what was lost. The third, the hound inverted. Someone has marked you as their prey and is chasing you through a field of traps. The lost child. You will leap into one of those traps of your own free will and place your trust in someone truly desperate. May the Undying One shroud your footsteps from the faithless.
We need to investigate. I'll lay claim to the stars.
I better myself through my service.
Acquisition is possible.
Argenta, don't you find it difficult to be without your sisters? You are a soldier without a squad.
I will fight alongside my sisters again. But my present fate is not a burden to me. No matter where I go, or who I am with, I bring death to heretics. That is what matters.
Victory awaits!
Join me in prayer. See? Right there. The Emperor favors me today. Blessed be the road that we take. Never doubt me.
Follow my lead. Take a knee and bow before me.
Surrender to the Dark Powers! Chaos guides me.
Me? Face the Navigator's might.
I will leave footprints of scarlet. As honor ordains.
Show me what you got! Time to slaughter someone!
Rejoice in battle!
Activate calculated fury algorithm. The order is contrary to dogmatic protocols. Request approved.
My tactics are flawless. Already done. Nothing of value has been lost.
High momentum. Negligible.
Be careful not to cross my gaze. I'm afraid not.
Suits my purposes. You didn't stand a chance.
Death comes in silence. The shadows will. Death is a blessing.
Guided by faith! This is unacceptable.
I shall not fear! Nothing I can't do. All too easy. Already done. Nothing of value has been lost. We must act.
Follow my lead.
Crimson is a good color for battle attire. Enemies will perceive no weakness, not even if you are bleeding.
My augmentations allow me to function effectively, even in the event of extensive blood loss. This is what should concern those who dare to stand against the servant of the Omnissiah in battle.
I rise to the occasion. A new challenge for me.
This Explorator is blessed with multifunctionality.
Doubt me.
It's about
Over there.
time.
Flame God grants me insight.
I'll lay claim to the stars. Heed your cries of mercy.
Let the blood flow.
our way. Death to non-believers!
I bring ruin.
If I may?
I'll do it. Each strike is a prayer. As the Emperor commands, I act. Faith without deed.
Be careful not to cross my gaze. I am a navigator. Duty demands.
I serve the ruinous powers! Death to the weak!
Pain and duty go hand in hand.
I'll do it. None can escape the Emperor's judgment.
Already done. My tactics are flawless. Nothing I can't do.
Running binary code.
I bring mercy and retribution. No.
Hold on!
High momentum. My vow is to serve.
Me? If you insist, Lord Captain.
Chaos guides me!
I refuse. The enemies of the Emperor will be undone! Doubt is for the weak.
Not a problem for me.
Grey hair, sure hair.
Activate Calculated Fury algorithm. Running binaric override. The Omnissiah knows all, comprehends all.
A dance of blades and shadows. As the tenants demand.
Battlefields are always drowned in scarlet.
Out of my way!
Faith shields me.
Don't leave us! That's an order!
At your beck and call. I will do my duty.
The scriptural prognosis is favorable.
I shall not fail. This goes against the tenants. Trust me.
Do not dare ask. Step aside. The navigator is coming. If only that were possible. That is foolishness.
Chaos guides me.
A tactically sound approach. At your beck and call. I'm not interested. Indeed.
Request approved. Running binary right.
Death comes in silence.
Just a minor setback.
Do not dare ask. Emperor, give me strength. I'm not accustomed to being ordered around.
As the Emperor commands. I'll do it. As the Emperor commands, I act. Eradicated.
At your beck and call. Someone else can do this.
The Omnissiah knows all, comprehends all.
Opposing me was your biggest mistake. Victory awaits.
My success is an irrefutable certainty.
I do what I must.
Lord Captain. Lord Captain.
You have my complete attention.
None shall stand in my way. A new challenge for me? It's about time. Take a knee and bow before me.
Surrender to the dark powers!
An offering of blood.
Onward!
Me? If you insist, Lord Captain.
Faith without deeds is worthless. As the Emperor commands, I act.
Isn't this a job for the serfs?
Cleanses the body.
Death to non-believers!
I'm not injured. I'm enraged.
You'll regret this.
I serve the ruinous...
This is unacceptable. God Emperor, move through me. Be the fire in my heart. I'll do it.
I've suffered worse. One fewer target. Victory is imminent. It will be done.
Death to the weak!
I am your doom!
I am your blade and shield. I wish that I could. My blade whispers your name. The shadows... Trust me, death is a blessing.
That was insulting. All too easy. Already done. Nothing about me has been lost.
Weather the storm!
Vital function successfully terminated. Request approved. My vow is to serve.
Chaos guides me!
Moving out!
Reduce to dust.
Out of my way! Chaos guides me!
Such is the will of chaos. Follow my lead!
Be careful not to cross my gaze. If only that were possible. Witness the fury of House Orselion. I'm afraid not.
Death to non-believers!
My Lord Captain!
I serve the ruinous powers! Crush the feeble!
Guided by faith! Doubt is for the weak. That is
my
not
ears are ringing.
Emperor's will.
I'd rather not. At your beck and one fewer tongue.
Death to the weak!
Come, the other side awaits.
Enjoy your luck while you still draw breath. Nothing I can't do.
Advising.
Pain and duty go hand in hand.
I must not falter.
Chaos guides me!
I am your doom.
Faith without deeds struck is a prayer.
Stay vigilant.
I bring ruin.
I will bathe this battlefield in righteous fury.
Just a minor setback.
Tried and tested tactics are the best ones.
Indeed, reduced to dust. I will do my duty.
As honor ordains. Let your soul be purged. I shall not. Trust me, killing brings me no pleasure.
You'll regret this. Not a problem for me. Nothing I can't do. Already done. You didn't stand a chance. Never never wavered in the face of adversity.
As the tactical imperative dictates. The order is contrary to dogmatic protocols.
Out of my way!
I'll lay claim to the stars. Victory awaits!
We should deal with this.
I won't tolerate weakness.
Grant me the wisdom to perceive. Litany of reconnaissance recited.
I'll do it. As the Emperor commands, none can escape the Emperor's judgment.
I am a navigator, not a servitor.
Doubt is for the weak.
Chaos guides me.
All too easy. Not a problem for me. I'll pass. Not my specialty. Nothing I can't do.
as honor ordains. Trust me.
Death to non-believers!
Emperor, deliver us!
I serve the ruinous powers!
Heavy is the tread of his faithful. The Omnissiah condemns you. Running binary override.
Victory is imminent. It will be done one few at a time.
I serve the ruinous powers.
The enemies of the Emperor will be undone. Faith without deeds is worthless.
High momentum.
Battlefields are always drowned in scarlet. I'm not accustomed to being ordered around.
As the Emperor commands, I act.
Death to the weak!
I shall not be armed. Absolutely not.
I bring mercy and retribution. I cannot serve you in this way.
Is a reward.
Chaos guides me!
Such is the will of
There is only death, yours or mine.
Explorers know one route. Forward. Request approved.
My place is at the fore. At your beck and reduced to dust.
crush the feeble.
I have read tomes of military tactics. Me? If you insist, Lord Captain.
I'll pass. Not my specialty. Suits my purposes. Already done. Not a problem for me. Let's see how they respond to this.
The Shadows will see it done.
Out of my way!
Activate Calculate Fury algorithm. The Omnissiah knows all, comprehends all. Insignificant value.
Follow my lead. I took care of this one. I will do my duty.
I'll do it.
Do not dare ask. Try to die with grace at least.
Suits my purpose. Opposing me was your biggest mistake.
A dance of blades and shadows. Caught by the web, come. The other side awaits.
None shall stand in my way. Follow my lead. It's about time.
The anarchy of the Starport will distress the hallowed machine spirits of the Voidcraft, rendering them deaf to all litanies of placation. The shuttle we use for the evacuation must be handled with caution.
With all due respect to your faith, Haneman, if we find a working shuttle, we will worry about restoring the machine spirit's equilibrium once we're back on board our ship.
I'll lay claim to the stars. Take a knee and bow.
Let's get to it. Show them no mercy. Let's make it quick.
I feel nothing, fear nothing.
Let's get to it. Out of my way.
I will leave footprints of scarlet.
My warp side reveals something.
God Emperor, move through me! Be the fire in my heart! Doubt is for the weak. I'll do it. Rejoice in battle! Faith without deeds is worthless.
It will be done. Victory is imminent. Indeed.
Forge ahead! You didn't stand a chance.
As the tactical imperative dictates. Running by Narek override.
Hold on!
My ears are ringing.
Here we go.
Brace yourself, Avalon!
Make it quick!
I am your blade and shield. Just as he ordained. The Vizier. Would he be proud? Am I?
Emperor, give me strength. If I may,
Out of my way!
as duty demands.
I've suffered worse.
Guided by faith!
I've seen worse battles than this in my time. I will do my duty. Reduce to dust!
Sins hidden in the heart turn all to decay. Duty prevails. The Emperor favors me today. I better myself through my service. Duty prevails.
I guide humanity between the stars.
Doubt is for the weak. Victory awaits.
herald of change. Behold the final dawn and die!
I won't heed your cries of mercy.
Death to the false emperor.
Pain and duty go hand in hand.
As honor ordains. As the tenets demand. As honor ordains.
Hold on!
Absolutely not. My tactics are flawless. I'll pass. Opposing you was your biggest mistake. All too easy. Nothing of value has been lost. I shall not fear.
Let's get to it!
It's nothing!
Enjoy your luck while you still draw breath.
That is foolishness. I am a navigator, not a servitor. I'm not accustomed to being ordered around.
It will be done. At your beck and call. Indeed.
Heavy is the tread of his faithful. The scriptural program's vital function successfully terminated.
My ears are
My blade whispers your name. Caught by the web. Trust me, let your soul be purged. Caught by the web. As honor orders.
Here we go.
I've suffered worse.
Suits my purposes.
High momentum.
The enemies of the Emperor will be undone! As the Emperor commands... I'll do it. God Emperor, move through me! Be the fire in my heart!
Isn't this a job for the serfs?
The shadows will see it done. Let your soul be purged.
If I may.
Victory is imminent. I will do my duty. It will be done. We'll rule the stars themselves. Target well struck. Indeed. I took care of this one. Tried and tested tactics are the best ones.
High momentum.
Advancing.
Death comes in silence.
I don't have time for this.
Doubt is for the weak.
Step aside. The navigator is coming.
My place is at the fore.
Explorers know one route. Forward.
Let's make it quick.
Never wavered in the face of adversity. Nothing I can't. You didn't stand a chance.
Fon Valancia's flagship made its way out of the doomed star system. As the void shift plunged deeper into the Corona's expanse, the rogue trader's subjects bid a formal farewell to the late head of the dynasty, Theodora Fon Valancius. Having paid their last respects, the crew gathered their strength and braced themselves for whatever was to come next.